Good evening, everyone. I'm Grandmaster Swims Mishra, and with me, we have uh, International Master Satyapragyan next to me. Hello. And we have Stanley. You can see him on the screen as well. Yes. We are the founders of Chess Enrich, and today we are going to discuss a lot of things about Chess Enrich and also, in general, some question how to discuss how to solve the positions, and also we'll be solving in chess enrich the positions. So first, let us quickly jump into uh, one like our website. Let me show you just a scratch how our website looks, and then we'll start with one of the topics. Okay, just a moment. Sharing screen. And also, if you're hearing about chess Edge for the first time, it's completely okay. We'll be sharing the details and so on, and we'll also explain how it works. So throughout that this 1 hour, you'll be able to understand how chess Edge works and if you can use how you can use it to improve your chess. Okay, perfect. Let's start. Let me share my screen. Okay, I hope you can see the screen. Let's see. Just everyone, can you give a thumbs up or see if you are able to see our screen? Are you able to see? Yes, we see a lot of thumbs up. That's great, great, cool. All right. So, so this is Chess Enrich, www.chessenrich.com, and as you can see here, this is our logo. Knight, which is rotating 360 degrees, and coming down. Uh, what is Chess Enrich? So this is basically a homework-based platform where we are digitalizing the homework, like some of the coaches, or let's say you want to solve positions, but you don't know what to solve, where to solve. So we are picking up the positions and putting it with a mixed difficulty level and a variety of topics in this where you can solve the positions, and not just solving, you get rewarded with points if you solve it correctly, and also you learn in the process. That's more important, that you are learning. There is a leaderboard, there are prizes as well. So here is the features. We'll anyway see it. You can go through it, and yeah, just we had some players joining us, and here you can see our team, which is all three of us. You can see us here itself. So that's all. I'll quickly move on to our training page and then explain. So I click on start training, and then we are directly into this. So just a small tip. If you see this coming every time, you can click on don't show again. It's a little bit on a hidden on the left side. Most people miss it because this is more prominent. But if you click here, it will not show you again. Okay. So here we come across the dashboard. So this is where you see the positions. Now our website works in two. The positions appear on 2 days. One is on Monday and one is on Thursday. As you can see, there are Monday and Thursday positions. I'll just let you look at my screen for some time just to have a grasp of it. Please look into it. I'm going to explain anyway. Okay. Okay. Cool. Let's start. So as you can see, Monday, there are four topics. One is calculation, one is in-game studies, one is guessing game, one is theoretical endgames. And Thursday, you can see there is attacking play, modern guessing game, improving pieces, and weaknesses. Now you can see what is written in this below. Small thing, best move quest, coach review, guessing game. This is what is denoting or dividing our positions, or the way how the positions are being approached. So, like as you can see, guessing game, it's more natural that this is a game where you have to guess the moves. Now, what is best move quest and coach review? That might be something that is going on in your mind. So let's start directly with the best move quest. Okay, guys, you tell me which topic you want to do. You can see, I'll give you the choices: calculation, theoretical endgame, weakness, improving pieces, and attacking play. There are three positions that are there in each topic. Feel free to choose. Let's see. I'll go with the majority. Calculation, attacking play, weakness, attacking play. Let's see. Let's see. Calculation. Okay. Calculation, attacking play is definitely either of them. It's mixed. Okay. Calculation is the winner. You announce yourself. Yeah, the winner, Cavalier. Okay. Guessing game. Guessing game we'll be doing anyway, but I was asking about the topic from Best Move Quest. Okay, let's do one thing. We'll have two topics. Okay. Uh, let's choose one from Monday and one from Thursday. That sounds better. We'll do two, not one. Generally, we end up doing one, but we'll be doing two portions. So let's go with calculations. Okay. Anyone? Any number? Again, see, I'm not asking because we are going to solve together. So you tell me the number which you want. I know the positions, but we have 19 suggested by Adiraj, 21 by Vedant, 19, 21, 19, 21. No one likes 20. Okay, we have Jyoti Ranjan, who is our developer as well. He wants 20. 20. 20. Okay, still I need a tiebreaker. One more. 19 or 20, 21. Quickly. 19 or 21. One of them. Suddenly everyone is writing 20 now. Okay, let's go with 19. Okay, we have 19. I don't know which one is difficult. If we have time, we can do more as well. So here, this is the most important thing for you to understand how this feature works out. So the best move quest, what I suggest is you should read the below part first. Okay, this is a pro tip. This will close soon. In few seconds after it closes, you can reopen anytime from the right panel. I'll anyway explain you. So let me write got it or whatever, and then I can click on it and open again. If you see on the right side, this is where I see it. On the right side, I click and this position comes. The pop-up comes. So as you can see, it is mentioned the best move, play the best move when it is your turn. The training will continue immediately, automatically. After the variation ends, additional question may appear. This is something which is unique with our website. There will be more than one variation. It's not just mainline and finishes. There are more lines in the normal positions. And on the history, it's mentioned on the right side history. Anyway, while doing, we'll understand how the position appears or when the position changes, you will be able to track it. Solve the entire position to unlock the review and move on to the next position. After you solve it, then you can move on. I can click on don't show again if I don't want it. I think I'll prefer it. And anytime, once I know where to find it, I can click on it anytime. It will not appear to me every time. So this is the position, first position. So let us just give the, like, pass the ball to you. You think and you come up with something, and then I'll discuss some of your moves and then explain how I would have approached this position. I know some of you might have solved it if you have already been part of Chess Enrich, but if you are new, this is the right moment for you. You can solve some positions. You can also understand how it solves. And if you are already doing with Chess Enrich and you did not get some of the position right, you understand how to solve it.
Can any one of you identify the players?
Okay, we have Prakhar with a move. Players also well and good. Feel free to write it in the group chat. Maybe I'll make sure everyone writes in the group. It's all right. You can directly write in the group. Only in the group, not to me, not to anyone. Only group. So you can write your message in the group. It's disabled. Now is it disabled? It's back, yeah? Now it's back. Is this Gukesh game? No, it's not Gukesh.
But if I'm not mistaken, it's an Indian player's game, a top level Indian player, but not Gukesh.
That's right. That's right. Okay, we have Divyanshu getting it, getting the move, one of the move suggestion. So we have two suggestions so far. Okay, I'll give you one more minute and then we'll discuss your thoughts, my thoughts, and if Stanley or Satyapragan want to share, they can share it as well, their thoughts.
Guys, those who have solved this already try to predict the players at least.
Yes, I think we can see Swastik, we see Adiraj, who are already part of Chess and Rich, and also Jyotivai, who is also part of Chess and Rich. So they can maybe try to predict the players. Okay. Last 30 seconds, and then we'll go.
By the way, guys, just to add on what Swayams was telling about chess and rich and all, on the right side above the notation, you see the timer. So that timer in general is only for your own personal use. It doesn't impact any score. You may solve fast, you may solve slow. It doesn't really matter. All you need to do is try to get the best answers. So time is only just for your understanding how much you are in general consuming or your observation. So when you're working on chess and rich, pay attention to getting the best answers.
So some of you can actually use a chessboard and then solve in a board and then put your answers. That is also recommended. So you don't have to worry about the time that is going running. There's no points for the doing it faster. There are points for solving it accurate. Okay. So I think Satyapragan, can you tell who was the player?
I think white was Hari Krishna, black I'm not very sure.
Yes, I also don't recall black. It is Hari Krishna for sure. It was played in 2025 or 24. I think 25. And he won. Like this is a wonderful game. Maybe it was in World Cup. Maybe no, not World Cup. Maybe before. All right. So we have some moves suggested. I think Knight C6 is coming up as the top move. Knight C6. Okay. Now I don't agree with you all. Why I'll tell. Now if I'm thinking in this position, I see the king is exposed. I count the pieces. I'm a piece down. That is the first thing I need to know. And I'm piece down for two pots. So what I want is I want to look what I can do immediately. I think the king is exposed. I want to do something about the king. So maybe a move like Rook G4 is what I want and try to mate it. So definitely I need to move my knight. So there are two moves that I can consider here. One is knight E6 and one is knight C6. These are the two moves I should consider. This is very important. Now, when I'm talking, I'm thinking about candidate moves. No matter what kind of positions are there, always look at candidate moves. They can be forcing moves. They can be like, for example, here, it's not directly a forcing move, but it's giving a threat. Both the knight moves. Maybe knight c2 also can be possible, but we know we should look forward with our pieces. Knight c6 and knight e6 are the two candidate move we should think in the position. So for me, I'm not very sure of knight c6. I think knight e6 can be an answer. What do you think? Any of you thought about knight c6? Knight e6. Those who gave knight c6. Or you did not see. You wanted only knight c6. We have Swastik with the message. There is knight f6. But I can say knight f6 is available in both the cases. What difference does it make? Very good. Very good. So this is what Swastik told. This position is basically comparison between these two moves. So if I play knight c6, black can play knight f6 and the king can escape. Black's problem is the king. And of course, he wants to stop our idea of rook g4. So what he will play is knight f6 and escape with the king. So I think we need to play knight c6. I'll go with what all you told, not what I wanted to play. Okay. And we see this thing. There's a brilliant move come up, which is correct. Now I'll just quickly reshare my screen with sound. That will be fun for you. So as you can see here, I'm just pausing a little bit and clicking on settings. So here, the sound effects, there are other things that are coming up. You can check out, explore, like for example, the squares. If you don't want notation, if you want to change the board color, everything is possible here. So after this, black plays bishop f6. What next? I would have been happy if you would have been ready with a variation instead of one move. But some of you actually came up and actually had seen this. Very good. So now black's idea is to escape with the king. So what we need to do is stop it. What ideas? Knight e5. This also proves why knight on c6 works better. So we give knight e5 check. He captures and now I get rook g4. You can hear the pleasing sound of the coins. If you don't feel pleasing, you can switch it off. The sounds. For now, I have kept it off. And let's take it. Now the variation ended. Most of the websites that are available in the internet would have stopped here. But in Chess Enrich, we are asking you more questions. Now this is where this right panel, you can see how this position came up. First move knight c6 was played and black plays bishop into c6. What do we play next? So we have to think about the variations as well. Of course, rook g4. Easy. Yeah? Of course, we are not going till mate, but at least you need to spot. And that's it. The position is solved. In this case, we had only one question from the other, like same side, but another question being asked. Now I can click on review position and here I can see what has happened. I can play out the moves. I can read the text. The explanation of the position is there. I can select, let's say, bishop c6 and see this. I can also, in the first move, I think it should be mentioned in the bottom. Just a moment. Can you please help me with the scroll? Thank you. No, it's not mentioned. Okay, so let's say I want to think about knight e6. It's not mentioned. So I play it and then it makes this purple color, magenta color, where it is not going to be saved, but this is going to be there. Now I can think of this and I don't see a real idea for white. And just verifying, yes, it works or not. I can think myself or verify my analysis or play out the moves. And you can see, like we have 95. One comment is mentioned that one should consider forcing moves and a check tops the list. That list. Here the knight joins the attack with a check, and after take, rook check, and it's mated. This is a nice idea. If king h5, then rook h4 and g4. If you see, this was not asked, but there are questions which will be asked in this case. Okay, let's do one more position. And this time, maybe a positional topic, maybe.
By the
Okay,
way, sorry to cut you, Swayams. That game was between Hari Krishna and Warmerdam Max from Tata Steel 2025.
25. Right, right,
Yes.
right, Stanley. So I forgot the black player, but we all remember
Yes.
Hari Krishna. We always remember the player who wins. That's generally
Yes.
the tendency. Thank you, Stanley, for the
Yes.
insights. Okay, let's move on to another position in Best Move Quest. So let's choose between one of these two topics, weakness or improving pieces. Or shall I choose the topic? I choose the position as well, which is more interesting. Or would you like to choose?
Weakness seems to be overwhelming answer.
Okay, let's go with weakness then. I'm not asking the position number. Let's just check. Check, 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 check. I'll quickly glance through all the positions, which one I like. While solving, also, I can choose. Okay, let's go with position number six. Okay, six, no, five maybe. Yeah, it's five is actually very easy. So let's go with six. Okay, let's go with six. And so this is the position. Now, again, as you all know the topic, that changes the mindset. What you should try to do is you should try to think about what are the weakness available or what are the things that it seems weak. Again, always consider material count. Very important. Now here, white is a exchange down for one pawn or no pawns. I calculated. I'm just asking.
What is the evaluation of this position? How do you evaluate this position?
No pawns. White is exchanged down. Rook for a bishop. Rook for a knight, in fact. And how do you evaluate the position as Satyapragan asked you? White is better. Anshuman says double e5 pawn is unprotected and can be attacked with the bishop. Black has dark square weakness, says Vedant. Very good. Yes, black has dark square weakness. And there are a few more things that is important. It is +2 by position, dark square are weak. C8 bishop is bad, double pawn, other reason. So shall we go ahead and just play this? Okay, let me do one thing. Let me play it. Okay, I played correct move. And let me take it. Now it says incorrect. I have one more try. What if I go wrong? You want rook d1? Okay, maybe let's play rook d1. Giving a mate threat. That's right. I think some of you already solved and you are suggesting the answer, yeah? Some of you already solved. Okay, I still want to. Maybe I'll take it. No. Uh, what else? Okay, let me make a mistake for now to show you how it works. The right answer is suggested by Adiraj already, which is knight a4. So let me play. So now I made two incorrect attempts. Now what happens is it gives me another variation. And the variation is why bishop e5 was wrong. As you can see, the notation again, the sides are flipped. It now shows from the black side. So bishop f6, rook g8, and bishop e5, which is one of the attempt I made. Why do you think it's not right? This one we can get it correct. Okay, rook b2 makes sense. I'll wait for others also. Adiraj, you have solved. So let's wait for others. Someone give thumbs up. Jyotsnam says rook b2. Aniket rook b2, rook b2, Dibyarsho. Everyone says rook b2. Okay, let's go ahead. Rook b2. Well done. You found a good move. Variation solved. That's all. So this is incorrect because the pawn was hanging. Now I got a wrong because I did not get 50% correct. I got 5 out of 12. So that means the position was not completely solved. I was very close. I did most of them correct, but still I did not get it. Now I can click on review solution, and the best move was knight a4, but I tried here and f3. Of course, here it shows the best move was knight a4. White enjoys absolute domination over dark space, although black is up in exchange. The lack of coordination and quality among the remaining pieces leaves him completely passive. So one important thing is this bishop is bad. White can improve the knight. Knight on c5 looks like a monster. So I got it wrong. So I'm not going to move on to next position. I want to study this position. I want to read this completely. Okay, this was correct. And then rook d1, forcing black to put on an inferior square. If not, black had a choice of moving the bishop or not moving the bishop at all. So this kind of forces bd7, and then knight a4 comes, correct? Okay, there was rook b4, which I did not even consider, but then knight c5 attacking the pawn. If rook d4, we take, and should we take the pawn? I don't think we should. Okay, you take the a6 pawn rather. D4 maybe not because allows F5 and on. So I think white has a dominant position. The pawn is passed pawn. The knight comes back and black's rook is completely tied up. So of course bishop F6 was very, very important. If you don't play bishop F6, the rook could move somewhere else. So this was the solution of the best move quest. What about castle in the first move? Okay, so I think this one we did not mention, but I think castle is not possible. I think we did not mention. It's one of the rare position where we had to input castle was possible or not, but castle is not possible in this case because the king had moved. So that's why this is not possible. If castle was possible, maybe things might be slightly different, but still, white's plan is going to be the same. White is going to play knight a4 and try to put knight to c5. But black would be preferable, like much preferable than in the main line. Okay, so this is something which we did not put in. Next time we'll try to add it. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the best move quest. And now for the next topic or the next feature, which is actually one of the most interesting and most of people's favorite feature, we have Stani who will introduce it and also go ahead with it. So Stani, you're welcome.
Yes.
Please.
Yes, Vams. Thank you. So, guys, before going to just show about um, guessing game, so I just wanted to add few things. There are many players or students here who have been part of Chess Enrich, and from the observation I've made, some of the players or students find weakness topics quite hard. So sometimes I get message from my own students that said this particular topic is hard. This one seems very easy, but this one I'm finding it hard or I'm not doing well. Right. So my answer is that if you find everything easy, then there is no point of the platform itself. Right. If you're finding certain topics as challenging, that is where you have to work and that is where you have to focus a lot more. So if you feel particular topics, it can be weakness, it can be theoretical endgames, it can be endgame studies, any particular topic, if you are finding it hard, trust me, that's the best way to make some progress because it kind of shows you that this is an area you need to work. And that is one of the advantage of Chess Enrich because the topics that you have to solve vary from middle game, end game, and they have calculation based, positional chess based. So there will be certain topics which you will find comfortable, and the ones you don't find it, try to work a bit more on it. So weakness, for example, I was told that many were struggling. So one tip I generally give is when you're trying to solve the weakness positions, try to think of two things. Okay. Either the positions you will have would be something to do with creating a weakness, or the other way to do it is there will be an existing weakness and you need to try to exploit it. So try to go think from this perspective and then try to come up with answers. And if you get the wrong answer, then try to find out Don't blindly just move on. Try to find out, it could be with the engine, you can put it on the board. Try to analyze what went wrong with your thought and why the move given in the platform was correct. So try to investigate. Thereby, you can improve your understanding of all the positions. Okay. Yes. So now let's move on to the guessing game. So let me share the screen. So one more thing, guys, for all those who are attending now, after we go through guessing game, there will be one more mode which is coach review. After that, we'll have a small session on small Q&A session. So you can ask any question, you can feel free, and we'll be happy to answer. It can be anything related to chess and rich, or even general question about your own chess. Okay. So now let's get into the guessing game part. So I'll click on this. So as Swayams has explained, when you see below, you will see the mode. And let me click on guessing game. So guessing game, why it's important? First of all, half of the positions that we do will be straight away middle game position or an end game position or sometimes even opening based position. So we don't get the whole picture of the entire game. So guessing game certainly is one effective way to understand the whole progression of the game. And you will also see, you can figure out a particular style of a player, and we have also included classic game as well as modern. So every week you will get one modern game, one classic. In the classic, it can be any of the old world champions, Tal, Fisher, old legends, and the modern can be from any recent tournament. So currently Norway just was just finished, or Uzbek Cup is going on. So you can certainly expect some of these games to pop up on guessing games in the coming week. So that is one advantage. We are in Chess and Rich, so we are trying to cover as many games as possible. Okay, okay. So now when I clicked on the guessing game, you could see the moves were just running and 13 moves are already completed. And guys, if you see here, it's already written guessing game classic. Okay. Some of you might have solved this already. Does anyone know whose game this is? So we are guessing from black side. So can you guess who the black player is? So here, if you notice right now, there is no information. All you can see is only notation. So Vedant, Kale says Anand. Anyone else?
Maybe Tal.
All. Okay.
We'll be
Anand.
knowing the answer now or later on after the game is solved. Game
So we
finishes.
will be we will be knowing the answers at the end of the game. But sometimes, you know what? You will, if you know some of the classic games, you can kind of figure it out. Maybe it's heading towards the one you know. So here I'm getting Anand, Fisher, Kaivalya says Fisher, Aniket says Neshmatino. Okay. So quite a few suggestions, interesting ones. Honestly, guys, I don't know. So I wanted to come with a plain thought for this game. So I didn't check the game before. I might have seen, but at least for now, I can tell you I don't remember it. So, okay. So I am as clueless as some of you are. So here you guys have to help me. Okay. I will try to go with the majority of, the move which is suggested by majority. So can you guys chip in? Give me a few moves. So black to play. My first instinct is to go F4. What do you guys think? So Aniket says bishop h6, Divyanshu bishop h6, Adiraj bishop h6. Okay. Kaivalya, bishop h6. Everyone says bishop h6. All right, guys. So we'll go with. So I'll do one thing. Some positions I will try to put my own thought and I will play the move, and then some I will take the majority. Let's see how we will work together and how much we can score in total. Okay. So now everyone says bishop h6. So let me go with it. Correct. So here you could see if it comes in correct, that means it is the move played by the player. You can also see some basic explanation here, which you can also find in the notation column. And if it comes in alternative, it means that it is um, it may be equally good move or sometimes it will be even better, but it is definitely a decent move. If you get in alternative, there will be some points as well as the move is definitely worth getting some points. Okay, so right now bishop h6 happened, queen d1. So as I said, guys, so just to make it more interesting, instead of taking every move suggestion from you, I will play one move which I feel is correct. Then I will take a suggestion. Okay. So here, my first impression is to go bishop e3 check and try for maybe something like f4, because otherwise I don't see the point of playing bishop h6. So that is my instinct. Let me try, guys. See this. Now, bishop e3 is a strong alternative. Would have been perfect, yet the game went with f4. Which means what? Bishop e3 also, I got the point. In the game, black went with f4. Okay. Now, guys, give me some suggestion. Any suggestion, guys? How do we continue here? Looks like the follow-up has to be g5, right? bg7 back to pavilion? Really? Okay. Kaivalya says bg7, Aniket, rook f7. Anyone else? Any other suggestion, guys? Adiraj g5. Kaivalya g5, rook f6, rook h6. To me, g5 looks very natural, guys. By the way, so when you're doing guessing game, no, always try to put yourself in the tournament zone. Okay, now this is something I generally advise to student. It may not only guessing in general. Whenever you're trying to solve a position, try to put yourself in a tournament situation. Okay, think of yourself playing as I sometimes try to imagine it like this. Let's say I am playing a candidates, or let's say a world championship match, and for me this game is the decider. How would I continue here? So try to bring in or at least imagine that situation, so that if the intensity of your training is good, you will benefit from whatever you are solving, right? So that is something, try to focus. Okay, now let's move on with the move. So Hanu says g5, Ishani says g5, Saman g5. So a lot of g5 now. Okay, let's go with g5. G5. Yeah, okay, that's the right move. Black starts launching the attack. So I got g5 correct. Now knight d5 seems like a counterplay. Now there are two moves I can see, guys. One is just completely ignore it and blast with g4, or we slow down a bit and defend the pawn with rook f7. At least these are the two logical moves I see. As I said, one more I will try to take my own call, and next I will ask you guys. So maybe I'll try to go with rook f7. Okay, Kaivalya says, what's wrong with bishop g7? You mean here? Bishop g7, honestly, I don't see why you want to play bishop g7, right? Oh, before g5. Okay, Kaivalya asks, before g5, what about bishop g7? Oh, I can't go it. Oh, by the way, now that's the interesting thing, guys. So when you click midway, right, in the game here, you see it won't take you back. You may be curious about your move. Some of the moves may be written here, but some of your moves may not be considered. Okay, in which case you just wait till the game ends and then you can cross check. Okay, so we'll do that at the end of the game. Okay, so now let me go with rook f7. Lifting the rook, ready for g-file attack. So it is indeed, it is the move of the, okay. So rook f7 was not played in the game, but you could see that I got it in the alternative points, and I pretty much got it right. So in the game, g4 was played, and you could also see some comment here. So black completely ignores and just goes with it, and white plays g3. Now, as a user, guys, I will be wondering what happens instead of g3 if he goes knight c7. Correct? If you don't think like that, now that won't really help you improve the game. So instead of g3, right? If you consider knight c7 as an important move, then at the end of the game, make sure you have to either check with engine or at least try to analyze it on your own, try to figure it out. Okay. Okay. Now g3. Shall we go with fg3, guys? How do we follow up? Adiraj fg3, Hanu fg3, Josna, okay. Ani, Kaivalya, Samant, everyone fg3. Let's go with it. Okay. Spot on. Three correct so far. fg3, hg3 looks very natural. Okay, next move, all I can think of is queen moves, right? Because anything, if I take knight f3 and all, rook f3 is coming. So it has to be either queen h5 or queen h3. Many of you are already telling queen h3. To me, that makes a lot of sense because I am ready with knight f3 check. Let's go. Correct. So let's see what white plays. By the way, guys, only in guessing games, you will not get any variations as a question. Okay. Best move quest you already saw. There will be questions popping up as a variation, right? In guessing game, we'll be only focusing on the game itself and not the analysis part. Okay. So queen h3. Okay. So now make a guess, guys. So Adiraj is bishop e6. Interesting. My first thinking is knight f3. That's what I can think of. Any other suggestion, guys? Aniket also bishop e6. So what's the trick with bishop e6 here? Pawn into. Hmm. Okay. Jyotibai says bishop d7. Bishop d7. What are you even threatening? At least bishop e6, I can sense something. Maybe pawn takes bishop into d5, some bishop e3 check. Anyone else? Any other suggestion, guys? Bishop e6, fe5, bd5. Okay, that's what Josno also says. All right, most of you are going. Divyanshu also says bishop e6. Let me try. Stunning move. Now that gives you 4 points. Not bad, guys. Not bad. So some of you would have already solved this. So I'm not surprised. But still, if you are somebody when solving, if you find bishop e6 on your own first time, then kudos to you, right? Because moves like bishop e6 not easy to find. Okay, now we played bishop c2. Now, okay, guys, without your help, I'll try to find one more. I very strongly feel that knight f3 check. Let me go with this. So knight f3 is not a good move. Nearly the best. Okay, guys, now see this. For knight f3, I didn't get a single point. To me, more than bishop e6, honestly, rook f7 is more challenging. Oh, by the way, I missed bishop d5, which is supposed to be the best move. You could see the comments here. Supposed to be. Queen d5 and then rook f7 was the best move apparently. I am still not very clear about that, guys. I would certainly check it out later. But anyways, so rook f7, king f2. I have a feeling some sacrifice is coming on f4 now. Actually, now, guys, I kind of remember seeing The sacrifice is somewhere on f4. I think it's Nejmatino's game, right? Um, though I don't remember the exact sequence, but I know something will happen on f4. Yes. Okay. So here, what shall we do, guys? King f2. Any suggestion, please? Nejmatino pull gaya uski. Okay, Aniket knows this. Okay. Yes. Any suggestion, guys? See, I know there is some queen sack coming in this, though I'm sure it cannot be in this moment. Okay, Jyotibai says queen h2. Adiraj says queen h2. Okay, lot of queen h2. Vedant, rook f4. Rook f4 here, I feel a bit premature though. Majority, okay, Ishani, queen h2. Okay, guys, let me try queen h2. Oops, what just happened? Let me try queen h2. Yes. All right. By the way, guys, sometimes you will see always consider these checks, captures, these kind of basic comments. Okay. Now, some of you may find it useful, some of you may not, but just important to keep thinking about these things. Even if you don't find that suggestion very interesting, if you consistently keep reading something like that, subconsciously also you will start looking at checks, captures, attacking moves. And that is the purpose of training, right? Yes. So queen h2 is correct. King e3. Uh, I know there is some queen g3 here, guys, but it cannot be here, right? Is it knight f3 now, or some rook f4 or something? Oh, guys, what do you think is the answer here? One more suggestion. Next move I will play. This one you guys have to suggest. So Jyoti says rook f8. Anyone else? Watch out for some sacrifice here, guys. Something is in the air. Adiraj bishop d5. Aniket bishop d5. Why do I feel something like there was some rook f4, but I don't know whether it was here. Okay, let me go with bishop d5. Next move I will play on my own. Okay, turns out that's the right move. Good, guys, thank you. So bishop d5 is one of the central. Okay, so it wants to eliminate the knight, and I'm sure some sacrifice is coming up. Okay, now I'll play on my own. Okay, I'll tell you guys my thought. My gut feeling is to go knight b4 now because okay, knight is attacked, and obviously I'm threatening some checks with knight d5, and I know there is some sacrifice on queen g3 or bishop f4 something. So I think it starts with knight on b4. Yes, I'm right. Got it. So far I have done 8 correct, 2 almost correct, and only 1 incorrect. Okay, rook h1. Now we know. Now we know. Now I also remember, guys. Yes, yes. I can see lot of sacrifice. Rook f4. Yes, that's the key. So once you know this, it's game over, right? So rook f4. So rook f4, you would get 4 points. Now let's continue. I think I also know this from here. Rook f3, and then I think he'll play c5 check. By the way, sometimes the guessing game will end once you have complete winning position, but sometimes it will take you up till mate also. But you will know what happened in the game almost the entire game. So here, okay, I think c5 would work. Yeah, I'm just rushing up a bit because I'm sure many of you know from here onwards. It's not very difficult. c5 takes, let's say I take with this maybe. Oops. Now, these are the kind of mistakes that we can do, guys. In general, I myself am guilty of this many times. So, when we know things are very clear, we take it for granted, and sometimes we make a mistake like that. So, it turns out that was not a good move at all. See, if knight e c6 was even decent, you would have gotten some point. But if there is no point, that means it's just a bad move. I can tell you that. Okay. Anyway, so now knight e d3, and then I think d5. C takes, king b5, I think rook b8. By the way, let's say if you feel like bishop b2 could be winning or any alternative seems winning good enough, you would still get the points. Okay, so my score was exactly like grandmaster level play, thanks to all of you. So I scored 85%. Now, to me, this kind of score, the level I completed, I find it very fascinating to check all the time. And this one is very important, guys. You will not see it in, at least I haven't seen it in any other platform. Guessing games you may find, but you won't get these kind of things. So what I have learned from this, so rook f4, obviously most of us knew this. Then this f4, g5, g4 idea, and also bishop d5 removing the key defender. So if you notice, that was something I was not very keen towards, taking bishop into d5. Now, guys, after this, my only suggestion is, see, you can see the entire game, and there were moments where I made a mistake. Correct? So, the best way for me to do something about it is you can copy the PGN or you can go through the game, go to that exact position, and start analyzing. For example, here, I think Adiraj asked, why not bishop g7 instead of g5? I think there is some point for that also. You get the points there also. But let's say here I made a mistake. Um, Instead of bc6, I took knight ec6. See, these are the kind of things I have to be careful about. So I definitely would love to check this once the whole guessing game is done. So this is something I would advise all of you. Once the game is done, at least check your mistakes on the with the engine or on your own. And once you find out the reason, it will help you in the future games. Okay. So hope that's clear. Okay, a lot of comments. Am I missing anything? Can you say how to copy the PGN, as some PGNs are not accepted? See, one thing you can do is you already know the game. At the end, it simply shows Polguaski Nashmetino. You don't even need to copy the PGN. Just search this. You will get the game. So you will get the same game. Okay. So 90% of the time, you don't even need to copy. You can just check the player's name. You will get it. In case if you want to copy, honestly, I've not tried it with this, but you can, I mean, you will have to check this. I generally I select and just put it in chess base, it'll work. I have a feeling it might work. Not sure, guys. Anyway, so this you can test, or the easier way is just copy the player's name and you search it. Okay. Hope that's clear. Okay, so now I leave it up to Coach Satyapragyan, who is going to take you guys through coach review.
Thank you, Stanley. Good evening, all. Very nicely presented about this game review, this guessing game. In fact, this is one of my favorite segment of Chess Enrich of our own website. I would just like to add that especially you get a lot of knowledge. For example, this Poluevsky we all know, but the black player Nezdeminov is not very famous. But this is my personal opinion that he is one of the finest attacking players in chess history and all. So any interested student and all can gain a lot by studying the game of Nezdeminov. Okay, so let us come to our next segment, which is about coach review. I'll just randomly pick up the endgame studies and just click on this position. Most of the features has been very nicely explained by Swams and Stani. the purpose of this coach review is that we want the user or the student to analyze the positions independently. Of course, this is a very basic position, right? You don't have this. I don't think it's very difficult. You just get an information that white to play. So there is F1. It's queening and all. So basically, white does not have much of a choice. So the purpose of coach review is that probably play knight g4, and you can see there are a lot of symbols, and the whole idea of this coach review is that something
Sorry,
I don't know.
Satyabhai, I'm sorry to interrupt, but are you sharing the screen?
Okay.
Because I couldn't see.
Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. So extremely sorry. This is
Yes. You may have to repeat from the start. I think only one
yeah.
move you played, no? So you can just take
Yeah.
them through the, yeah.
Yeah. So the purpose of coach review is that this is we want the students to independently analyze the positions. This is a very basic end game study. Basically, this has been composed and all, and it's a very simple one. It's not very difficult or something. So we can see that the F pawn is queening and all. It's white to play. This is what will be given to the user, white to play. And as a user or as a student, you need to analyze independently for both the sides. And along with it, you have to give your verbal comments. And so, for example, at this point, the pawn f1 is queening. We really don't have an option. So we have to play something like knight g4. Yeah, knight g4 has been played. And if possible, you can give an exclamation mark, although it's not required because it's the only move. But this is especially for, this is not meant for advanced users or students, but someone around the range of 1500 to 1800 and all, for them, it is important that you should try to include your verbal comments and analysis. So at this point, black mainly has two options. Either he takes king into g4, which should be the main variation, or let's say what happens if he plays f1 queen. And in this case, you can just play knight h2, check, and here you can give a equal sign. Or maybe you can take knight into f1 and then say equal. It's up to you. It's perfectly up to fine. And let's say if black under promotes to a knight and all, even in this case, the position should be equal, right? We just come back and again, if you want, you can put a symbol. This is important, like I said, for inexperienced players and all. So that habit of, writing down all your moves and all and just considering all possibilities, it's a good thing to do. So now let us move on to the main variation, King G4. And in this case also, white does not have any option. So you can even write down also. There is you can write down, right? You can comment for E2, whatever, like probably this is the only move. Right, this is the only move and all, whatever. So we would encourage users and students to give some verbal comments and all, just to explain the thought process and all. Especially this will become more useful when you are solving some complicated positions and all. So king e2, black plays king g3. Again, we really do not have any choice. We have to play king f1. But just to make our analysis more concrete, let's say what happens, we play bishop g7. We can just say it's a huge mistake. It's a blunder because after king g2, black wins, and you can also denote it minus plus separate and all. Right. So this is where what is important. Again, I would again like to repeat that this question is a very basic one, but this becomes very useful when you start solving complicated exercises. In which case, I would also suggest that it might be more useful if you set up a physical chessboard and try to solve it there. And then on the website, you can just write all your variations, input your comments and all. So let's say after king f1, black plays knight f5, again, just threatening knight e3. And of course, bishop d4 is the only move which saves white. due to stalemate idea. Again, you can write something like here, and you can just write probably the stalemate idea saves uh, white or whatever it is. However, you are comfortable, but again, we would like to encourage that you should try to input some verbal comments and all. Let's say we try to play something like bishop e5, right? Just to see what happens if we play bishop e5. In this case, there is king f3. And again, there are threats like knight e3 check, knight g3. And if white tries to, let us continue. Let's say bishop f4. But in any case, this king pawn ending is also losing. We can give a check on either knight g3 or knight e3. Anything should be winning. So let's say knight g3, bishop into g3, king g3. If you want to terminate your analysis at this point, again, you can give minus plus separate. If you want, you can add up something, any note, and that's it. And after this, you can just submit for review. If you want, you can write an overall note. Maybe in this case, it's the stalemate idea. That's the theme. Right. So basically, this is all about coach review and all. And the thing about this is that uh, we give a manual feedback to the student if they have made any mistake, or if we feel you can submit for review.
Maybe you can submit for review. I will correct it in 2 minutes and we can just display it to them.
Yes, I'm submitting for review and all. So you can see analysis has been submitted, and there is a video also. This is a video where you can see the same thing in little bit more depth and all.
Are you playing the video?
Welcome
Yes.
to yet
Uh,
another week in Coach Review in Studies exercise number 4. As you can see in this position, Black is about to promote in one move with f1. In such scenarios, we have to look for ideas.
Okay, there is an audio issue. I think uh, maybe you can watch the video, but the sound is not actually not coming up here. But it's possible to definitely hear it in general post as well.
yes.
Yes, Satyam, you can continue.
Yeah, so that's all about coach review, and I think Stanley will just review it quickly. And uh, the whole purpose is that we will give a manual feedback, whatever mistakes you have done, or where there is scope for improvement and all. It will be definitely pointed out to the user. So
Meanwhile, Coach Satya, you can just show them how to update their just profile feed ID, because guys, it would really help us to review your um, uh, coach review if we know your rating, because the level of rating would help us understand your thought process. So if you can just show them how to update their FIDE ID in the profile, it would be. Meanwhile, I'll just try to send the feedback.
The feedback is done.
yeah,
It's
it's done and all.
all right,
Feedback is
perfect.
done. Yeah. Oh,
So you will get the notification, guys.
over here, you'll get a notification. You can see over here, and then you can see your analysis for exercise 4 has been reviewed by a coach. So let's click on it. Okay, so you can see that these are your submitted analysis and all, and the one which is highlighted in gold or yellow color is by the coach and all. You can see coach, these are his comments and all. And there is an overall note. You have got 12 out of 12. That's you have got everything correct and all. And you can see that this is where the coach will give you his or her actual feedback to the position and all. Of course, this was a very basic question and all. But if there are certain complicated questions where the student or the user has missed out on some specific idea, this will be pointed out by the coach and all. In this case, well done. You found the key stalemate idea that saves the game for white. And of course, you can see the date. I think that's all for now. And I guess we are open for question and
I'll
answer.
just so
Sorry,
I wanted to just tell something that about coach review. It is being corrected by one of us as Satyapragan solved it. It was me who corrected it. I was faster than Stanley this time to correct it because it was not on the screen. So yeah, it also depends who is a coach is correcting. They can give based on their thoughts. Like, for example, Stanley can give a position where he thinks, okay, you did it correct. But I might think, okay, you needed to add a variation. So it is good if you add more lines and give your comments so that we explain we understand your thought process. That's very important. That is the only thing I wanted to tell. And there was also an option of promote variation. You can check out make mainline. That is something, if by mistake you made something, you can promote it or delete the variations as well. Yes, Stanley, please.
yeah, I also wanted to add that whenever you submit the review, you can expect the coach review sent back to you within 2 to 4 days. Generally, we'll try to correct as early as possible, but the max time is 2 to 4 days. That's the range you can expect. Okay. So, all right, guys. So now we'll go into the Q&A sessions. So thanks for having the patience to go through all these questions and helping us. Now, if you have any of your own questions to ask Grandmaster Swayams, International Master Satyapragan, or myself, feel free to
Master
ask
Stanley.
anything. Yes. So feel free to ask anything, guys. It could be about chess in general. You want to ask about any players or any controversies, anything. Feel free to ask.
We are allowing you to unmute. You can ask not just in message, you can just unmute and ask your thoughts. Anything could be related to your games also.
So we'll be spending 10 to 15 minutes, okay? So anything, feel free to write in the chat or you can unmute and ask.
Anyone first to go? Any of you wants to unmute?
Okay, Divyanshu asks, I couldn't find planning in middle game.
You mean in chess and rich or in general, Divyanshu? Maybe we can take him over audio if it is possible so that we can understand. Yes, Divyanshu?
Yes, in general.
In general. Okay. Sunny, you want to take over?
Yeah. So Divyanshu, what is your rating? Do you mind answering?
15, 16.
15, 16. Okay. See, in general, no, when you are around, at least my observation is when you are around 1400 to 1700 or up till 1800 and all, your focus should be mainly on solving as much of tactics as possible. Now, planning should be the second priority. Of course, opening, you will have some basics, I'm assuming. Focus a lot more on solving tactics. Now, when it comes to planning, one thing I could suggest is a very wider general topic. So I can tell you one thing that you can do with the help of Chess Enrich to help your understanding. For example, planning can be anything. It can be in a positional play. It can be completely strategic chess, right? So in the Chess Enrich itself, you will come across topics which are more plan based, not the calculation, not the endgame studies, not the theoretical endings, but most other stuff, improving pieces. It can be prophylaxis or it can be on defense. or some of the attacking position. So you will see some of these positions, right? When you solve them, you will start seeing some patterns, right, which may not be familiar to you. So one simple tip I can suggest is, when you see some pattern which is very new to you, or when you see a plan which is not natural for you, just all you need to do is just go to, if you have chess base, it would really help. Even leeches, try to look for something of a similar games or similar portion. It can be from games. For example, now we solved guessing game of Neshmetino. Now you might like this idea, rook into f4, what he did. It's a very nice idea, and he was giving sacrifice for the king hunt, right? So if you like particular planning, you can just search more games of Neshmetino, right? Or you can do something on prophylaxis. Many times, if you just Google nowadays, you will see a lot of pages explaining topics. So you like some particular topic, or you find something very new, just look up for it, and you will start looking at more patterns. And one way to improve consistently is that, I feel. Yes.
Thank you, Stanley. Just summing it up, I think Divyanshu, pattern recognition is an important aspect. That's what Stanley said. And also, what I would like to add is, yes, planning is good, but till a level of 1800, focus more on calculation. That will give you more results. So, of course, you need to work on this area, but also focus more on calculations as well. So you can be more precise in calculation, and that can help you to win more games. Okay. Thank you. We have one more question actually. Cavalier asked, as you have seen my games, what pattern, which mistakes you think I should focus on? What are the common What are the mistake or common mistakes? So first of all, Cavalier, congratulations. You got your second AMNOM, if I'm correct, Cavalier. Maybe we can see if you can unmute.
Yes, sir.
So, Cavalier, congratulations for that. So, of course, when you made
Thank
your second Diamond, I think you played much better than your current rating. So that means it's good. Unfortunately, I did not see your games to comment much about it. So I don't have a feedback as I have not seen your games. But what I can suggest is maybe analyze your games yourself and find a common pattern what you're making mistakes. Maybe make a note of it, what mistakes you're making, and then try to work on that. Okay. If I have time, I'll check your games and get back to you. Okay.
yes, sir.
Okay. Any other questions, Cavalier?
No, sir.
No. Okay. I wish you all the best for your final IM norm, and hope you become an IM very soon.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Cavalier.
Yes. Any other question, guys? Sam, how to analyze our own games played in tournaments in our home? I am around 2000 rated. So,
So, Sam, one question. You want to play at home, like the tournaments were played at home, or you want to analyze at home? That's my question. Analyze at home. Perfect, perfect. Satyabhai, you can maybe take up quickly. He wants to ask how to analyze his own games, tournament games, and his rating is around 2000.
Okay. Ideally speaking, I would suggest that while analyzing your game, you should not be using an engine and all. You should try to analyze on your own, try to look for possibilities for you as well as for your opponent. Be as objective as possible. The whole purpose of analyzing is to identify your mistakes and all. And in that case, you should try to your in terms of depth, you should try to see more number of moves, try to analyze as far as possible. Once you have analyzed your game and all, probably this is my personal suggestion, Swamson, and you can differ or they can add also something to it. You can send your game to one of your trainers who can point out where exactly you are making a mistake. So this is my personal opinion is that you should try to analyze on your own without taking a help of an engine. Rather, You should analyze, record it, save your analysis, record your thought process, try to identify what mistakes you have made in that particular game, and then probably send your game across to your trainer. Of course, if you do not have a trainer and all, probably in that case you should try to seek the help of an engine, which will let you know about the tactical mistakes what you have made. This is my personal opinion.
Yes, I agree with them. I think if you have a trainer, better to send them before checking with an engine. But if you don't have a trainer, of course, feel free to check with an engine. It's helpful for sure. And generally spend around half an hour to 2 hours between that. For your rating, maybe half an hour to 1 hour is a good time to spend about your game. But it depends upon the depth of the game, the resources. But try to find ideas going in depth as much as possible.
Yes,
Sam, did
guys.
we answer your question? Thank you. How to improve our time management at home? Maybe use guessing game, but like a similar to guessing game feature, but make note of the time and make a conscious effort about how much time you are spending. Also, during your game, maybe note time and then look at it at like in like the time whatever you have taken, and try to think if you can justify the amount of time you have spent in the game. If you can justify, it's good. If not, ask yourself, why did you take so much time? Okay,
All right,
we
guys.
actually
So,
have one
any
more
other
question.
question? So we'll take maybe last one or two more, and we can wrap up.
Yes. Stanley, you can take the next question. Dhanushri is
Okay.
asking what,
Tanushri, what are the best books for middle game? Tanushri, may I know what is your rating?
and also personally, I feel middle game is divided into two categories, like positional play and calculation. So that also can matter. Okay,
Okay, so
Dhanushri
you
says,
haven't got one. Okay. See, in general, what I would suggest you is if you're just starting to play regular tournaments and getting into playing, rated tournaments or these kind of things more frequently, one book series which I would personally recommend is a book series by a grandmaster, Yasir Serawan, and it is known as Winning Chess Combinations, Winning Chess Tactics. So he has written a series of books. Maybe I can just quickly show it on Google. So for those who are interested, you can just check.
they're they're
Yes.
actually going to publish a recent updated version as well on this.
Yeah. When I was growing up, I personally liked these books because I could relate to many of those. If you directly jump into some books with difficult combinations and all, you may find it frustrating because if most of the positions are tough, you may never feel like solving. So, whereas these books I felt more easier to solve because it has like level basis. So, he starts with somewhat easy and then it keeps going up, and it's the even the toughest problems are somewhat solvable. It's not like too high level. So to start with, I would recommend this series: Play Winning Chess Strategies, Winning Chess Tactics, Winning Chess Openings. So he explains very nicely, and he's a well-known grandmaster commentator as well. So my recommendation is to start with Yasir Serawan's book. Apart from that, if you're talking about a general chess book, there is one book I like the book by Kasparov, How Life Imitates Chess. These are general, not for like specific chess improvement. And then I would like to read Anand's Mind Master. It's not only important to read, I mean, books with only solving. Sometimes it's good to go through what players are thinking, how dedicated they were. So these things are also, I feel, adds value. So I would suggest these few books to start with. Any recommendations by Swayams or Satyabhai?
I think this is good. I think Yusupov series can be good as well. And maybe I forgot. There's a book by Max Yu. A couple of books by Max Yu. Logical decision make not sorry, judgment and planning in chess, and amateur mind versus amateur versus masters. Some of these books can be helpful as well. Okay. We'll take the last question. It's in fact a suggestion by Swastik that he suggests that during the tournament, if there are two, three rounds in a day, it becomes difficult to solve positions from the website. So, any idea if we can put the position on Leech's study or something? Currently, we don't have any plan for that. But we are going to put a training history which has just come up, but we are going to revamp it and add it. So there you can see the positions which you have solved, and then slowly we are going to put up the positions which you haven't solved as well, maybe. And about if you're missing out on tournament, what I recommend is maybe when there is like we are giving a time of 7 days to solve a question. So it's within that 7 days, maybe try to find every day one solve one or two positions instead of going solving everything in a row. And especially maybe some after the your game, maybe come back and try to solve 15 minutes or half an hour. That can be useful overall instead of waiting for the tournament to finish. That can be my suggestion for you.
Okay, guys, one last question we'll take, which is written by Kaivalya. So he says, so second out, now I feel it's when we face higher rated players, we play by position, we tend to go in prep. But against low rateds, many times the psychology of avoiding draw at all cost in some position, we make dubious decisions. What is the best way to cope up with it? So, okay, I
Stanley,
will
can I
address
answer
this.
this? Because
Okay, sure, sure, sure.
I had this personal problem. That's why I want to answer it.
Sure.
In fact, Kaivalya, if you see, you answered it yourself. Like you are telling that you are taking the decision that you want to avoid draw at all cost. That is the thing you actually need to avoid. You just need to play a game. They are low rated. They will end up making mistakes because of pressure, because you are high rated. You already have an advantage. So what you need to do is not think about result, but just play a game. Even if there's exchanges of pieces, don't worry. In an end game, of course, stronger player copes up better, whereas lower rated is bound to make mistakes. So maybe you just don't worry about the result. Just play the game. If your opponent plays very well and makes a draw, well and good. You should appreciate your opponent. Maybe if you are playing someone who is low rated now and he ends up becoming a GM or maybe world champion, I'm sure you will not be sad about it. Like for example, if someone was playing Gukesh when he was 1800 and he ended up taking a draw. I think he'll be proud of it, right? Personally, I drew Esipenko once and Esipenko was 2200 back then. I was an IM. So that time I felt slightly bad that, okay, I drew, but now I'm very happy that I drew Esipenko. I'm proud of that game. So that changes your opinion. So if your opponent plays well, we should appreciate and maybe you should take the rating out of equation and just focus on playing a game.
Right.
Okay.
All
I hope
right.
I
So,
answered the questions.
yes, I hope some of your questions have at least been answered. And guys, we will be doing it more frequently. And we hope all of you are part of Chess and Rich. If you're not a subscriber, at least do check the website, at least try the free trial. And if you like the concepts which we have showed, we'll be happy to have you as a member. So yes, we'll be doing more of this. We'll also be coming up with tournaments on leeches through Chess and Rich. So anything you want to add, Swimes?
Yes, we are actually having the tournament next weekend. The details are going to be posted very soon. I'll just share the two links. One is about Chess Enrich, and another one is about our WhatsApp channel. So in our WhatsApp channel, you can see all the details about the pricing. It is we recommend everyone to go for the yearly plan, because the more time you spend on the website will be helpful, instead of, let's say, a couple of minutes or something. Like maybe some of you spend 1 week and you feel, okay, this is not good. I had a student who personally said, okay, I tried 1 week and it was not very good. But then later on, when that student spent some time, he felt, okay, it was actually very good and helpful. So that's what I would recommend. And I'm just sharing our WhatsApp channel link. So this is something which maybe you can join, and you can find the details about, yeah, I think the WhatsApp channel, you can find it in the Zoom chat. So here you can find the details about, like all the details, whatever we put up. If there's an update or something, we put up on the WhatsApp channel. So please join the channel and make sure to unmute the notification, because by default it is muted. So if you can unmute it, it will be good.
Guys, so that's it from us, and hopefully we'll be seeing you again in the upcoming broadcasts, live webinars, and also the tournament. And don't forget to subscribe to Chess and Rich. Bye from all of us. See you guys.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah. Bye. Bye. Bye.